Supply chain management flow components. After understanding the basic flows involved in the supply chain management, we need to consider the different elements present in this flow. Thus, the different components of the flow of supply chain are described below. Transportation. Transportation or shipment is necessary for an uninterrupted and seamless supply. The factors that have an impact on shipment are economic uncertainty and instability, varying fuel prices, customers' expectations, globalization, improvised technologies, changing transportation industry, and labor laws. The major elements that influence transportation should be considered as it is completely dependent on these factors for order completion as well as for ensuring that all flows are worked properly. The major factors are long-term decisions. Transportation managers should acknowledge the supply freight flow and accordingly design the network layout. Now, when we say long-term decision, we mean that the transportation manager has to select what should be the primary mode of transportation. The manager has to understand the product flows, volume, frequency, seasonality, physical features of products, and special handling necessities. In addition to this, the manager has to make decisions as the extent of outsourcing to be done for each and every product. While considering all these factors, he should carefully consider the fact that the networks need not be constant. For example, in order to transport stock to regional cross-dock facilities for sorting, packaging, and brokering small loads to individual customers, stock destinations can be assembled through contract transportation providers.
Lane operation decision. Good decision makers can handle information with ease, take advantage of opportunities for their own gain, and ensure that the product is delivered to them right away whenever it is needed, and in the appropriate quantity. Additionally, they are saving money on transportation costs at the same time. The ability to handle information with ease sees possibilities for their own benefit and guarantee that the product is supplied to them immediately, whenever they need it, and in the right quantity are all qualities of good decision makers. At the same time, they are also saving money on transportation expenses. For example, a shipment has landed from a supplier who is based in New Jersey and in the same week. A product needs to be dispatched to New York as it becomes available for movement. If the manager is aware of this information in advance, he would prepare everything as per the demand and the products could be shipped out immediately. Choice and mode of carrier. With the advancement of transportation technologies, modes of transport that were previously unavailable in the traditional modes of transportation can now be a preferred option. For instance, rail container service may provide a package that is more cost-effective and efficient than a motor transport. Forms of transportation that were before unattainable in the conventional modes of transportation might now be a preferred alternative because of the evolution of transportation technologies. For example, rail container service may offer a package that is cost-efficient and effective as compared to a motor transport. While making a decision, the manager has to consider the service criteria that need to be met, like the delivery time, date, special handling requirements, while also taking into consideration the element of cost, which would be an important factor.
Dock level operation. This involves the last level of decision making. This compromises planning, routing, and scheduling. Dock levelers works by bridging up the gap between a loading dock and a vehicle. This equipment can handle extremely heavy load capacities and is more durable for heavy use. Warehousing. Warehousing plays a vital role in the supply chain process. Warehousing is an integral piece of the broader supply for physical products. Warehouses do not only serve as an intermediary storage facilities, they also provide the ability for supply chain managers to reduce costs by optimizing inventory purchases, saving shipping costs, and speeding up delivery times.
Software solution. By supporting user profiles and workflows, the state, supply chain partners, and processes. By labeling and documentation that tracks the material along with the web-based portals. And by exception-based reporting to deliver information for timely reconciliation. Software solution can help to accelerate the management of returns. So, software solutions are made to meet the needs of a company and aids to reach the goals in a faster and more efficient way. All the procedures in warehouse are being monitored, controlled, and carried out in order to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of warehouse management. The flow of goods from order through storage and delivery is tracked by warehouse software, which also continuously updates the stock on hand. Post-sale service. As companies offer solutions rather than items, the post-sale service in the supply chain has a tendency to become a more crucial component. The services offered here are essential heterogeneous, and the value-added services are distinct from the services offered previous to the sale. Post-sale or after-sale service is all about assisting a consumer with his acquired goods. This involves providing instruction on how to use it, being available to answer inquiries from customers about the good and service, and ensuring the consumer is satisfied with his purchase. Post-sale service can help to improve the brand image of a business and increases brand loyalty. It can also boost the relation of trust between the seller and the buyer.
Supply chain management, decision phases. There are three decision phases, and these decision phases are necessarily for effective supply chain management in order to decide on how the information, products, and funds should flow. The three decision phases is stages that take an action for the successful supply chain management. And those three decision phases are the supply chain strategy, supply chain planning, and the third one is the supply chain operation. So the first decision phases is the supply chain strategy. The management make the majority of the decision during this period, taking into account both the current and the projected market condition. They make up the supply chain's structural layout. The task and responsibility of each are laid out after the layout is prepared. So in these phases, it also considers the long-term condition as well as the prevailing and the future of them. Like I said, the higher authority or the senior management are the one who takes the responsibilities to decide and make a decision. They consider the deciding of the materials, the location of the establishment, as well as the warehouse for the storage area of the goods and product, and many more.
Supply chain planning. Planning the supply chain should take into account both supply and demand. A market study should be conducted to comprehend customer wants. Everything is covered at this step, from estimating market demand to determining which market will receive the finished item to identify the factory that is being developed. The forward-looking process of coordinating assets to optimize the delivery of goods, service, and information from supplier to customer, balancing supply and demand. The suppliers that allows it to manufacture and distribute a particular product to buyers. Also being aware and update information about the competitors and strategies used by them to satisfy their customer demands and requirements. It is important to meet the wants and needs of customer to grow the business. Supply chain planning helps in bringing down operation expenses, streamlining processes, and improving effectiveness. Planning properly can lower costs for a number of operations, including transportation, inventory management, production, and buying. The company participant and workers should make an effort to make the procedure as flexible as they can during the supply chain phase. Supply chain operation. The different functional decisions that must be decided instantaneously within seconds, minutes, hours, or days make up the third and final decision phase. The decisional phases goal include performance optimization and uncertainty minimization. Supply chain operation include the systems, structures, and process to plan and execute the flow of goods and service from supplier to customer. To maximize effectiveness, it is critical to evaluate both internal operation and the extended supply chain that includes suppliers and customers. When it comes to supply chain operation, it's important to decide faster or to provide the product to the customer to meet their satisfaction and also their wants and needs.